Hello everyone, a very good morning to you. Well, this video is specifically for teachers, for HODs, and for the principals of different colleges. Well, just to give you a brief intro about myself, my name is Amit. I'm a soft skills trainer, plus also a life skills coach, and also a motivational speaker. And along with this, I'm a youth and family counselor. Well, as I've been counseling the youth for the last 15 years, like a father figure, like a mentor, like a coach, and like the best friend, I've seen so many issues what they are going through, and there's no one to guide them. Well, dear sirs, I know since you're teachers and I'm also a teacher, you'll understand the seriousness of what's happening in schools and colleges. And the reason I wanted to talk to you all, my dear, respected, and honorable teachers, is let us as a family help these students to deal with their personal issues in a more positive and a fruitful way. You know, as parents and elders and teachers, we want all of them to do really well in studies, and the grades should go up, and they should pass all the semesters, and be a graduate or a postgraduate and be successful in life. We all want that. But if they are going through some personal issues, how do they focus? How do they concentrate on their grades and on their studies? Let's take a few examples. As you know that right now in different colleges, you know, some kinds of drugs and all are floating around, and one of the most common drugs which is very prevalent among students is ganja or weed or marijuana. But do they know the side effects of it? Do they know that some of the very chronic everyday users of weed are today languishing in mental asylums? Why? Because that drug has affected their brains. So how does a boy concentrate on studies when he's waiting to have the next dose of that drug? How does a girl concentrate on her studies when her boyfriend from the next class is threatening her and telling her that you got to meet me in the evening in the park, and if she doesn't meet him in the park in the evening, then he might expose her to her parents? How does she cope with that? They need guidance how to deal with these issues. How do you deal, or how do you expect, or how do I expect a student to focus on his studies when his alcoholic father is beating the mother on an everyday basis? We need to teach the student how to deal with that situation. How do you help these students who are going through exam stress? I receive so many phone calls from students, those who are under stress when these exams are coming up. And when the results are coming up, they're stressed for that also. Every day, every month, every year, the suicide rate is going up. And it breaks my heart when I see a young students, as young as, students studying in class 10 or 9, they commit suicide because they did not get the desired result or desired marks. How do we prevent these suicides? Well, we need to talk to these students how to live life in a positive way. There are so many students going through relationship issues. In fact, 80% of my counseling cases are relationship issues. Yeah. And many of them do not even know the difference between love and infatuation. Many of them do not even know the difference between love and lust. And because they don't know this difference, that what is the difference between love and lust, that when they get into a relationship, they get physical with their partners, and then they go through and if that relationship does not work out, and if it ends in a breakup, and they don't know how to handle it. We need to teach them. We need to guide them. on all these issues. How to deal with that breakup. How to come out of your guilt. We need to deal with them. We need to deal with them. We need to train them. We need to talk to them. It's really sad that 80% of the relationship issues what the young people, the youth, the students are going through, their parents don't even know about it. Everybody is thinking everything is okay, everything is happy. The parents are sleeping in one room and probably the daughter is crying in the other room and her pillow is completely, filled with her tears because she's just going through a breakup. And next morning, everybody sits, on the dining table for a breakfast, and parents go to work, and the daughter goes back to college, and everybody thinks everything's okay, but it's not okay. The girl is crying in the other room every night. So someone has to tell her how to deal with breakups. We have to help them out. We have to help them out. We have to help them out. And unless and until we don't help them to deal with their personal issues in a right and positive way, they will not be able to focus on their studies. They'll not be able to focus on their studies. We need to help them. In fact, sometimes I have sessions for parents also, teaching them parenting tips, teaching them how to be best friends to their children. We need to help them. So as teachers, as professors, as principals, why don't we help them? Why don't we help them? The question is how. The question is how. And it's very simple. And that's the whole purpose of creating this video. That I take life skills workshops in colleges. In colleges. And the workshop which I take, the life skills workshop, I'll tell you what are the topics which are included in it. I talk about the harmful effects of smoking, drugs, alcohol. I talk about low self-esteem. I talk about what is the difference between love and infatuation. Then I talk about relationship issues like possessiveness and breakups. The harmful effects of premarital sex. I talk about peer pressure, non-assertiveness, what is true friendship, how to overcome hurts, negative effects of unforgiveness, how to deal with anger, decision making, what are the ill effects of anxiety, the harmful effects of pornography, prevention of suicides, consequences of teenage pregnancies. I talk about how to handle stress, fear of rejection, fear of failure, negative emotions and their effect on health, the therapeutic effects of forgiveness, overcoming childhood hurts, and then in the end I give them tips for a happy marriage. And also I tell something on parenting skills. I take life skills workshop on all these issues in different colleges. I'm telling you, the situation is really grave. How do we expect a girl to focus on her studies? She's hardly 16 or 17, probably in first PU or second PU, and she's pregnant. And about her pregnancy, she can't even share with her parents. She can't share with her loved ones, and she doesn't know what to do. We need to tell them what are the do's and don'ts in a healthy relationship. And I take sessions on this. In fact, this life skills workshop, which I just spoke about, and I told you the topics which I cover, I've taken in many in many schools and colleges. I've taken these sessions in Christ University, I've taken it in St. Joseph's College, I've taken it in Cathedral PU College. I've also taken this section in National Law School of India University. I've taken it in BTL Institute of Technology. I've taken it in Oxford College, CMR Institute of Technology, Mark School of Business. I've also taken this session in Mount Carmel Institute of Management. Plus, I've also taken this particular workshop in Andhra Loyola Institute of Engineering and Technology. In fact, when I took this workshop in Andhra Loyola Institute of Engineering and Technology in 2012, even the press were called for the workshop. And all these journalists from the Hindu newspaper, they had come for the session and they had attended that session. And during the break, they took my interview, and then they came out. One of the journalists published an article in the Hindu newspaper with my pic and all the next day. And the article was about this workshop and how it is so helpful for these students. So that's the reason I wanted to talk to you all. That as a family, let us help these students. And I humbly request you to call me to your college where I can take this workshop. Yes, dear sirs, respected principals and HODs and teachers, this is a humble request to you to please call me to your institute, to your college to take this session. And because I'll be dealing with all these sensitive issues, I would prefer a separate session or a workshop for girls and a separate session for boys. So basically, one day will be for boys and one day will be for girls. The whole workshop will take 7 hours. You can extend it to 8 hours, because the last 1 hour I'll keep for question answer time with the students. And of course, the strength of the students in the auditorium, I would not like it to be more than 250 students. Why? Because if you have more than 250 students, then the concentration level decreases as far as the students are concerned. Of course, I have a fee for it. For the whole day's workshop, I have a fee for it. And I'll be giving you my number and we can discuss about the fees on the phone. But here it is, here there's one more thing. And this I would do it from the core of my heart. The workshop, which is a whole day's workshop separately for girls and a whole day's workshop separately for boys, for that I definitely charge a fees, which we'll discuss on the phone when you call me on my number. But after the workshop is over, I would request you, if you can give me a small room with a table and 2 chairs, where I can do one-to-one counseling with these students, all those who have issues, and they can come to me and I can talk to them. And this counseling, this one-to-one counseling, I'll do it absolutely free. Because I care for these students and I want them to be happy. And trust me, they have issues. Usually I take these kind of sessions for seniors or senior. When I say senior, I'm talking about PU, from PU, that's class 11, class 12, from first PU, second PU, and then the graduate and postgraduates, I take for them. But I was really surprised one day, one reputed high school of Bangalore, one of the teachers called me and she asked me to take a session, the similar session for class 7 students. And firstly I refused. I said, no, these are serious topics, I don't take it for kids. But the teacher was very persistent on the phone and told me that, Amit sir, it's really important for you to take this session because our kids are going just haywire, just going the wrong track. And then seeing her persistence, I agreed. And I went. Mind you, these are class 7 students. They were all assembled in the auditorium. And after I took the session, the teacher on the microphone asked the students that if anybody wants to talk to Amit sir on a one-to-one basis, you're most welcome to talk. And you'll be surprised to know, right from the stage to the ground floor, because the auditorium was in the first floor, so right from the stage till the ground floor, till the main gate of the school, there was a line of students. And I was really surprised. I was really surprised. And one by one they came to me. And at that age, some of them were sharing with me that how their friends are smoking and they're getting tempted to smoke. Or some of them were sharing other stuff with me, but they wanted guidance. And I was in that high school till quite late, talking to every student and guiding him or her. If that's the situation at class 7, then you and me, we can well imagine how serious the situation is when you go to the senior classes, when you talk about PU, you talk about the graduates and postgraduates. So at this level, when we come to postgraduates and graduate level, or even PU also, we definitely need more and more of these sessions so that we can guide these young people. They need awareness. They need awareness. And we need to make them aware. How do we make them aware? We make them aware through these workshops, through these sessions. So I would humbly request you to kindly call me to your college to take this session. I have come many times on television channels, on all social issues. And most of the social issues are revolving around the youth, young adults. I've come many times. And for the benefit of these very students, recently I created my own YouTube channel also, where I'm uploading videos to guide the youth in all these different issues, all these youth related issues. And I know for sure that once you call me to your college to take this life skills workshop, and once I take this session, a whole day session, on all these topics which I spoke a little earlier, and then I end it with one-to-one counseling with these students, by the time I finish all that and come back home, trust me, you will see lives being changed. You'll see lives being transformed, and you will also see their grades going up and they're doing well, and their pass percentage will increase, and they'll do really well. And if they do really well, naturally the name of the college also increases, and the college has a good name. So I always consider teachers and principals and HODs as one family. Let us help these students through this workshop. Yes, sir. I would humbly request you to call me for this session. Of course, before I close now, if you call me to your college to take this workshop, you will have to take care of my travel, you have to take care of my accommodation and food out there. Plus, I will be charging a fees for the workshop. But yes, as I've already told you, the counseling will be absolutely free of cost. We can actually have a separate day of counseling, and I'm willing to be in that college on a separate day, right from morning till evening, counseling these students one-to-one, whoever wants to come and share their issues with me. I'll be there. I'll be there to help you all out, to help these students. So let us as a family organize this workshop in your respective colleges so that the students benefit out of it and they are blessed. Well, before I end, let me give you my phone number. My mobile number is 98801 I'll repeat it once again. My mobile number is 98801 So feel free to contact me, and we can discuss it over the phone about the dates and everything, all the logistics and all that we can discuss over the phone. But the whole purpose of this video is, let us as a family get this life skills workshop organized in your colleges for the benefit of the students. Let us help them as a family. Thank you very much for listening to me. All of you have a great day. God bless you. Bye-bye. Take care.